Hello everybody, today I'll be teaching you grammar. Please check out your intermediate book 4. Great. So everybody, today we'll be doing some revision of the stuff you have learned before, okay? So your revision today is comparative adjective revision, okay? Comparative adjective revision. So what is comparative adjective revision? Before moving on comparative adjective, it's very important that you know the meaning of adjectives. So what are adjectives? Alright, I'm going to show you a video for examples, okay? And then you're going to tell me what are adjectives. Okay, first we are going to do some revision on adjective. Then we will do revision on comparative adjective, okay? How are they formed? So let's have a look. So here are some of the common adjectives. So let's have a look.
Big.
Big. You can repeat.
Little.
Little, or we can call it small, right?
Large.
Large.
Small.
Small.
Short.
Short.
Tall.
Tall.
Slow.
Slow.
Fast. Hot. Cold. Good. Bad. Old. New. Pretty. Ugly. Fat. Thin. Happy. Sad. Full. Empty. Dark. Light. Funny. Serious. Cheap. Expensive. High. Low. Deep. Shallow. Healthy.
So everybody, here are some common adjectives I have shown you, right? Now let's look at the board. So basically what does an adjective do is it describes something, right? It describes something. Just like the video shown, right? Big, small, right? So let's have a look here. We are going to find the adjective. Let's see how much do you know about adjective, okay? For the one that are adjective, I'm gonna circle them. The one that are not, we are going to cross them. So let's do it. Number 1, dog. Do you think dog is an adjective? Is dog a word? How do you describe somebody? Do you say you are a dog? No, right? So of course this is not adjective, okay? It is a noun instead. Next one, old. Old. So is this how you describe someone or something? Yes, right? Old, very good. Yes, and then how about this word? How do we read? House. So is house an adjective? No, right? It's a place. It's not an adjective. It is not used to describe something, right? All right, how about big? Big. Yes, it is an adjective. It's used to describe something. Cold, is it? Yes, cold is one of the adjective, right? Yes. Maybe cold weather, right? Next one, small, is it? Yes, it is, right? It's an adjective. It describes something. Next one, tall. Is tall an adjective? Yes, it is, right? Used to describe something. All right, hat. Is hat an adjective? No, right? We wear this on our head. Yeah, but this is not an adjective. Football. Do you think football is an adjective? No, right? No, it is not. How about short? Is short an adjective? Yes, right? It is the opposite of tall. Yes, it's an adjective. Yeah. Early. Is early an adjective? Yes. Happy? Yes, it is. Park? No, right, it's a place. Hot. Is hot an adjective? Yes. How about car? No, it's a thing. Alright, so these are the adjectives. Okay? Now you can have a look in your book, page number 1. So that is adjective comparative degree revision. This is what we are going to revise on today. So as always, before we start our topic, let's watch a video, okay? Then I'm going to explain what is adjective comparative degree. So here is it for you. So this is kind of music, but I can explain. Okay. Hello everyone. Let's learn about comparatives. We use comparatives to compare a quality between two people or things. Mr. Owen and D. Mr. Owen is taller than Andy. So let me go back a little bit and explain. Alright, so Mr. Owen is tall. So adjective is used to describe one thing, one noun. Let's say describes a noun, right? But if we want to use comparative adjective, alright, we describe two things. We compare them, okay, instead. So tall becomes taller than. Two people are being compared. The first one is Mr. Owen. The next one is Andy. So tall becomes taller than. So the most common thing about comparative adjective degree is we add er to the adjective. Also we add than. Alright, remember that. Mr. Owen is taller than. Here, as you can see, er is added, right? And then is also added. Okay, so this is how we form it. So let's have Mr. Owen, Andy. Opposite, Andy is short. Andy is shorter than Mr. Owen. Let's read more examples, see if you can notice the spelling rules to form comparatives. Mr. Owen and Luca. Mr. Owen's legs are longer than Lucas. Alright. Alright, so there are many examples here, right? So here are some of the adjectives. So basically, short adjective means one syllable adjective. So if a word has one syllable, means a word with one beat. So for example, long, right? Long, just one beat, one syllable, right? One clap. Long, right? So this is one syllable adjective. For one syllable adjective, we add er and then. So there are many examples here, right? Long becomes longer than. Tall becomes taller than. Shorts become shorter than. Small becomes smaller than, and so on. Okay, here are the examples. Let's move on to the next spelling rule of comparative adjectives. Miss Lee and Mr. Green. Miss Lee is nicer than Mr. Green. Short adjective ending E, we add R and then. Okay, so here, if a short adjective, just let's say if it is one syllable adjective, okay, one syllable adjective ending with E, we just add R and then. So here are some examples, right? Nice, and then nice ends with E, right? So we just add R. Nicer than, that has been shown to you, right? So large becomes larger than. As you can see, it ends with E, right? So we just add R. That's enough for us. Large, larger than. Huge, huger than. Cute, cuter than. Strange, stranger than. Wise, wiser than. Alright? And so on. Miss Lee, Mr. Green. Miss Lee is happier than Mr. Green. Happier. Alright, so for adjective ending with Y, alright, mostly adjective ending with Y, there are two syllables. Alright, there are two syllables in the adjective. For the adjective ends with Y, just like happy. Happy. How many of you said they're happy? Two, right? So it ends with Y, right? So that's why we cross out the Y and then we add ing. No, and then we add IER, I'm sorry. Okay, so adjective ending with Y, as I said, two syllables, right? We cross out the Y and add IER, okay? And then we add then. So heavy becomes heavier than. Cross out the Y and add IER. Funny, funnier. Pretty, prettier. Lovely, lovelier, and so on. Okay? Mr. Smith and Mr. Green. Mr. Smith is fatter than Mr. Green. Fatter than. Alright. adjective, alright, if it's short adjective, let's say one syllable adjective, okay, ending with consonant, vowel, consonant, C, we, see, alright, we add ER and then. But before you add ER, you have to do something very special. You have to double the last consonant, okay? So F is a consonant, A is a vowel, vowel means A, E, I, O, U, alright? And T is a consonant. So basically here we have to double the last consonant T and then add ER, just like here. Big becomes bigger than, thin becomes thinner than, hot becomes hotter than, and so on. So I'm going to explain to you in your book. So we are done with the video watching. Now let's move on to our book. So page number 1, it tells you comparative adjectives are used to compute the difference between how many nouns, how many things, let's say. I think nouns. Let's say how many nouns do we compare in comparative adjective degree? 2 nouns, remember that. Yes, 2 nouns. We compare 2 nouns in comparative adjective degree. The form is adjective, the most common one, right? The most common one. We add adjective and then we add ER and then we add then, right? So let's have a look on the first rule. One syllable adjective, mostly we add ER and then, right? Cold becomes colder than, right? Colder than, because there's nothing special, right? So colder, and then we add then, right? And so on. Next one, small becomes smaller than. Yes, there are a few examples about this. We are going to look. Tall becomes taller than, right? So here are some examples in your book. It's on page number 1, right? It's here. The winter is colder than the summer. So they're comparing 2 things. The winter and then the summer, right? So adjective ER and then. The green hat is smaller than the yellow hat. Alright, same as the rule. Most basketball players are taller than me. Okay. As you can see, all the sentences are used to compare 2 things, right? That's why we use comparative adjective degree. Adjective comparative degree. Okay? Next one. Next rule is for page number 2. So page number 2, yes. So page number 2 looks like this, okay? Page number 2, rule number 2. Adjective that has 2 syllables and ends with the letter Y. We cross out the Y and then we change it to IER. So you know we have to add then, right? So I'm not going to write that. Instead, I'm just going to tell you how do we change the adjective, okay? But remember, in sentence you have to add then, okay? So angry ends with Y, right? So how do we change it? Remember, we cross out the Y and then add IER, okay? So angry becomes angrier, okay? And then here, early, alright, early becomes earlier because it ends with Y, right? We cross out the Y and add IER. Go on, happy, very easy, becomes happier. So there are a few examples in your book. I came home earlier than my sister. Right? Next one. I'm happier now than 1 year ago. Yes. Alright, so this sentence also comparing 2 things. Next rule number 3. Rule number 3. Adjective that ends in E, only R is added. Alright, so just like here, adjective with E ends with E, we just add R. Remember when you change the adjective, remember you have to add then, okay? Alright, nice, here nice becomes nicer, right? Ends with E, so we just add R. Remember you have to add then, okay? And then here, safe ends with E, we just add R. Safer than, right? Large also ends with E, so we add R. Larger than, okay? Rule number 4. Adjective that end with a consonant, vowel, consonant, the last consonant is double. Alright, so adjective with consonant, vowel, consonant, we double the last consonant. C means consonant. Alright, so this is big, right? The adjective is big here. Oh, have I give you the example of here? So nice. So example of nice is the beach is nicer than that park. Safe. Alright, airplanes are safer than cars. So this is the example according to your book. Next one, as I said, adjective with consonant, vowel, consonant. We double the last consonant. So big is consonant, vowel, consonant. Consonant is B, vowel is I, right? And then G is also consonant. So all you have to do is double the last consonant only and then add ER. So the last consonant is G, right? And then we add ER. Okay? Here, hot, right? Remember you have to add then as well. Hot, consonant, vowel, consonant, right? H consonant, O vowel, T is consonant. Remember vowels are A, E, I, O, U only, okay? So hot becomes hotter than, double the last consonant, and then. And then thin ends with consonant, vowel, consonant, right? So we also double the last consonant, right? And then add ER and then add then, right? Understand? So we are done with the revision on that. Now it's time for you to do some exercise on page number 3. Please take out your pencil and turn to page number 3 for me. Okay, so here is an example, right? Number 1, I am taller than my sister. The adjective given is tall, right? So here is an adjective. We add ER and then here, alright? As you know, why do we add ER? Because there's nothing special, right? Yeah, so that's why it's a normal adjective. Alright, next one. Daniel, let's read. Daniel is space. And then funny, me. So, here they're comparing two things, right? The first one was comparing I and my sister, right? The next one is comparing Daniel and me. The adjective given is funny. So how do we change it? We use comparative, of course, but how do we change? It ends with the letter Y, right? 2 syllables, adjective ends with Y. What we have to do? We have to cross out the Y and add something, right? So what do we add? We have to add I-E-R, and then very important, you have to add then. Alright? So the full sentence is, Daniel is funnier than me. Number 3, he is space, alright, bracket smart, and then his brother. So how do we change this adjective smart? Smart becomes smarter, right? Yes. Two things. Which two things they're comparing? They're comparing two things, of course, right? He and his brother. So, smarter than, right? Anything special in this adjective? Nothing, right? So we just add, what do we add? ER, right? There's no consonant vowel, consonant roll. There's no Y in the end. There's no E in the end, right? So there's nothing special in it. So we just add ER and then. The answer is, he is smarter than his brother. Number four. All right. I want to have a, all right, space, bracket big, and then car. So what do you think? Do we say I want to have a bigger than car? So this person is comparing the car he has and the car he wants to have, right? But in this sentence, we don't have to add then, okay? Instead, we just write, I want to have a bigger car, okay? So, how do we change this? Anything special? Of course, right? As you know, consonant, vowel, consonant, right? All we have to do is double the last consonant. And then we add ER. That's it. I want to have a bigger car. Not I want to have a bigger than car. Okay? Four. 1, 2, 4. Oh, that's number 5. Yes, in your book, that is number 5. Let's read. A blue whale is space heavy, 25 elephants. Wow. A blue whale is... Alright, the adjective they have given to you is heavy, right? So is there anything special with heavy here? Yes, right? It ends with Y, right? So do we have to change anything? Yes, we have to cross out the Y and then add IER. Heavy becomes heavier, right? And then we add then. So if you read the full sentence, that will be, a blue whale is heavier than 25 elephants. Okay? Can you do 6 to 10 for me? 5 questions. Do it by yourself. Your time starts now. Watch out the adjective and their spelling rules. Alright, and then change them. Go, do it by yourself. Let's go. 5. You look, space. Alright, thin last month. So according to the adjective here is thin, right? Is there anything special? Yes, it's end with consonant, vowel, consonant. I is a vowel, right? A-E-I-O-U. So we have to double the last consonant. Thin becomes thinner, and then we add thin. Alright. 6. Bicycles are space, cars. Slow. So here, although it's end with consonant, vowel, consonant, but remember W cannot be double consonant. W, X, Z cannot be double, okay? So please do not double the letter W. Slow becomes, we don't change. Instead, we just add ER and then. Okay? Bicycles are slower than cars. Alright, next question is a little bit special. She is, space, nice person I know. She is. Alright, everybody. So this is, let's say there are many people you know, right? Not only 2 people. So if we compare more than, let's say, more than 3 people, which, what kind of adjective do we use? Do we still use comparative or superlative? Remember? So superlative adjective are used to compare more than 3 nouns. Remember? So here we use superlative instead of comparative because in common there are many people you know, right? So she is the nicest. It will be very odd, right? If you say she is nicer than person I know, right? So the answer is she is the nicest person I know. For this one, we will do it next time. Don't worry. Okay? The revision of superlative. Next one is number 8. Computers are, alright, cheap, and then mobile phones. So, does it end with consonant, vowel, consonant? No, right? This is a vowel, this is also a vowel. This is a consonant. So, we don't have to make special change. We consider it as a normal adjective. So, cheap becomes cheaper than. Okay? Next one. I think Spanish is space, easy, Japanese. So easy ends with Y. We cross out the Y and add I-E-R. And then. Okay? So please check your answers for page number 3. Remember, okay? How do we form it? Good. So please turn to page number 4 if you're done with this. Page number 4. So, comparative adjective revision. Write comparative sentence about the pictures using then, and the words in the brackets use the present simple. So present simple, remember how do we use present tense? Let's have a look on the example. So the example is Tom, Sam, right? And then they have given you be tall. So, what is be? Do you know what is the meaning of be? Be is a verb, alright? Be is a verb here. It said we use present tense, right? So for present tense, we only use is, am, or are, remember? Right? If it is past tense, we can use was, were, right? But this is present tense, so we just use is, am, are. So is used with subject with he, she, it. Am is used with subject with I. And then are is used with subject with you, we, and they. Remember that? So here, let's have a look. Tom is taller than Sam. So they have given you the word be and tall, right? So be refers to is, am, are. The subject is Tom here. So that's why we use is, because Tom is just one person, right? Tom is tall becomes taller than, because this task is all about comparative adjective. So tall becomes taller than. And then Sam. Understand, everybody? So let's do it. Let's figure out how it is done. So example has been done for you. Now let's look at number one. Number one, Alaska and Spain. So Alaska is a place and Spain is also a place. They both are countries, okay? Let's have a look. Be cold. So, what do you think? How do we change it? According to number one, that is Alaska, right? So you have to write Alaska. According to the picture, Alaska is cold, right? So you have to write Alaska first. So Alaska is one country, so that's why we use is. Cold becomes colder, right? Anything special? No, right? So we add ER and then. And then the second one is Spain. Capital letter, because it is the name of a country, okay? Alaska is colder than Spain. Understand? Alright. Next one. Be and hungry. Steve and then Jane. So according to the picture, Steve is eating something, right? And Jane is just like sitting and waiting. So what do you think? Who is hungry? Steve, right? So you have to write Steve first. Steve. Alright, for Steve we use is, am, or are. Is, right? Hungry. Anything special in the adjective hungry? Yes, right? It ends with Y. So that's why we have to do something. What do we have to do? We have to cross out the Y, yes, and add IER. Great. Hungrier than Jane. Alright, number 3 is Washington and New York. So both of them are places, okay? So here they have given you B and small. So you have to write you have to write Washington For Washington, as I told you, it's a place, right? So we use is, one place, all right? And then small becomes, we have already discussed it, small becomes smaller, right? Because there's nothing special. Okay, Washington is smaller than New York. All right. Next one is for number 4, right? I'm gonna do one more and then the rest of it you try to do it by yourself, alright? The last 3 you do it by yourself. Let's do this one. So, Mary. For Mary, do we use is, am, or are? Is, of course, right? Here, adjective given is happy. Again, ends with Y, so that's why we add. We have to cross out the Y and add I-E-R, right? And then Mike, according to the picture. Understand how to do? So please have a look on 5 to 7 and do it by yourself. Please look at the subject, alright, and figure out whether you have to use is, am, or are. So do it by yourself. Go. Alright, everybody, let's check the answers. Number 5. I, my brother. So, for subject I, we use I are, I is, or I am. Of course, am, right? I am. Alright, anything special? No. So we just add ER. Okay, younger than my brother. Okay. Next one. Be rich. Number 6. Film stars, teacher. So, film stars. Please check your answers, okay? Film stars. First, film stars we use is, am, or are. Film stars refers to more than one, so we use are. Okay, are. Rich, richer than. Nothing special, right? Richer than. Teachers. Next one. Okay. Peter and Chris. So for Peter, we use is, of course, right? Just one person. And then friendly becomes friendlier because it ends with Y. We add then, right? Peter is friendlier than Chris. Right? So please check your answers. If you're done, then please turn to page number 5. So page number 5 is comprehension, right? Comprehension, Charlie's Easter. So the paragraph looks like this, right? The paragraph all looks like this. So everybody, let's read together, alright? Then we have to answer the questions in page number 6, alright? The comprehension questions. So before we start, remember you have to read these paragraphs. So let's start. Let's read the name of this. Let's say it's a story, okay? Name of this comprehension. Charlie's Easter. Okay, let's read. Easter was Charlie's favorite holiday. Charlie liked Easter because it was in the spring and the flowers were blooming. The weather became warmer and Charlie could play outside. So this is the first paragraph, right? Next paragraph. Every year on Easter Sunday, Charlie and his parents have a big Easter party at their house. They invite their relatives and friends. After they eat lunch, they have an Easter egg hunt. Alright, the third paragraph. This year, Charlie helped his parents decorate the house for Easter. They put a big pink Easter bunny on their porch. They hung pink, blue, and yellow ribbons on the lights on the porch. Then they made an Easter tree in their yard with plastic eggs and ribbons. Charlie's mother smiled when she saw how pretty the decorations were. Alright, the last paragraph. The day before Easter, Charlie and his mother went shopping for food for the party. They bought a ham, beans, potato salad, eggs, and a coconut cake. Charlie and his mother colored the eggs with the Easter egg dye. It was going to be a great Easter. Okay. So everybody, we are done with reading comprehension, Charlie's Easter, right? Now let's have a look on page 6. Page 6, answer the questions in complete sentences. So, question number 1 is, why was Easter Charlie's favorite holiday? Remember, they asked you with was, right? For was, we have to use, what tense is it? Past tense. Okay? So let's figure out. Why was Easter Charlie's favorite holiday? Oh yes, and it's in the first sentence of this comprehension, right? It says Easter was Charlie's favorite holiday. Charlie liked Easter because it was in the spring and the flowers were blooming. Wow, the answer is in front of you, right? Yes, so it's here. Charlie liked Easter because it was in the spring and the flowers were blooming. Yes, so the answer is in front of you. You may write that, right? So Charlie liked, according to the paragraph is liked is in past tense already, so you don't really have to change. And yes, you have to answer it in complete sentence. Yeah, because it was in the spring and the flowers, alright, and the flowers were blooming. Yes. Alright. Number 2. What did Charlie and his mother buy when they went shopping? So remember, it is, alright, for this one, again, we have to use past tense. So have you noticed this whole paragraph is in past tense actually? Yes, most of them are in past tense. Okay, so you may have a look. So the question was, what did Charlie and his mother buy when they went shopping? Remember, which paragraph did they talk about shopping? Can you find it for me? I can give you some time. Let's see if you can find it. They're asking, what did Charlie and his mother buy when they went shopping, right? So can you find the answer for me? Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you see the word shopping? Here, right? The last paragraph. It says Charlie and his mother went shopping for food for the party. They bought a ham, beans, potato, salad, eggs, and a coconut cake. So they bought. Do you know what is the meaning of bought? So bought is the past tense of buy. Okay? So the answer is in front of you again. So this is irregular past tense. You may learn it later. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you bought is the past tense of buy. So here, subject go with Charlie and his mother, but instead we can use another subject pronoun for Charlie and his mother. That is they. Yes, 2 people, right? So according to the comprehension, they bought. What did they buy? Remember? They bought. The answer is here, right? They bought a ham, beans, potato salad, and so on. Right? So you may write that. A ham, beans, potato salad, and then eggs and a coconut cake, if I'm not wrong. Yes. Right? They bought a ham, beans, potato salad, eggs, and a coconut cake. Alright. 3. If you're done with 2, let's move on to number 3. How did Charlie and his parents decorate the house for Easter? So as always, when you see did, you know you have to use past tense, right? So remember to answer your own comprehension question in past tense. So the question is, how did Charlie and his parents decorate the house for Easter? So the subject here in this question is Charlie and his parents. So for Charlie and his parents, we can use the subject pronoun they. So let's write this first. Okay? So how did they decorate the house for Easter? Let's have a look. You may find it in the comprehension. Let's find it together. Which paragraph talks about decorations? Decorate. When you want to decorate something, you want to put on something to make it beautiful, right? So here they ask you, how did they decorate the house for Easter? Which paragraph tells you about decoration? Find it. Alright, that is in paragraph 3, right? It says, Charlie helped his parents decorate the house for Easter. But they're asking you, how did they do it, right? So what did they do? Wow, the next sentence is the answer. Okay. They put a pink Easter bunny, let's read, on their porch. They hung pink, blue, and yellow ribbons on the lights on the porch. Wow, this is the answer, right? So please write it. So you may have a question, right? So is put the past tense? Yes. Irregular past tense. Alright? We don't say put it. Alright? No. Just say put. Okay? The past tense of put is also put. So, yeah. Okay? According to your paragraph is, they put a big pink Easter bunny on, let me write it here, okay, on their porch, and then they hung is the past tense of hang, okay, hang means put, so they hung pink blue and yellow ribbons on the lights wow, this is a long sentence. On the lights on the porch. Yes, this is how they decorated it, right? They put a big pink Easter bunny on their porch. They hung pink, blue, and yellow ribbons on the lights on their porch. Okay? Understand how to do. So I've done several exercises for you here, right? So can you do 4 and 5 for me? So 4 and 5 is your homework. Don't worry, it's very easy. Number 4, they ask you, how did Charlie and his family invite not how, sorry, that is who, right? Who did Charlie and his family invite to their Easter party, right? And then the next question is, what did Charlie and his mother use to decorate the Easter tree? Tree. Yeah, so remember, for did we use past tense again, and then find out the subject. Okay, replace the subject with a subject pronoun. You may use they, you may use he, you may use she, right? Depends on the subject. So this is your homework. Let me write it here, okay? And also remember to do revision on comparative, adjective, alright? So that's all for today. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.